Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got some things that I wanted to do today. So I got this new mold from Glitz and Glitter over at Michelle, one of her molds, and I've been really anxious to pour it. So we're going to pour this, and I have these other two little molds that we're going to pour as well. First off, on this mold here, I've mixed up some, she calls it, let me make sure I get this right. Her name is Edwidge Lee. She is, I can't remember her channel. She has a channel on YouTube. Hang on, let me get her name here. A Coastal Magnolia. She makes this stuff called mermaid trash that she sells on her site. I will link it in my description box. And I love it. It saves me from having to do it. So anyway, I got this from her, and I'm going to pour some of this in there. I just want it to come to the edge of this mold. Come around the edge. I knew it was going to be a little finessing to get it in there. I don't mind if it's on a little bit is on the inner side of that either. But we're going to get this around the outer edges of this mold, and then we're going to cure that. And a while back, I took a leap of when I was making the squishies from BONDCRAFTOR, and I made some inlays. I have a turtle, a stingray, and an octopus here that I've laid in here. But we're gonna get that, and I am going to try to avoid some bubbles in there. Okay, so we got that done. Now, I'm going to take another little bit of resin here. And we're going to, I have a little bit of thing here. Where's it at? I got too many things up in here, I think. I'll be glad when I get all this stuff organized. Very much so. Because I've got a mess going on here. Anyway, this is some epoxy resin colorant. I believe this came in some kit. It's just red. And probably knowing me, I haven't opened it. No, it didn't. Let me pop this open real quick. And I got me a new microphone. I hope it's working well, because my other one kept giving me such issues going off and working here and there. There we go. There we go. Just want to put some in there until I yeah, we're going to need a lot more than that. And yes, I'm making a mess. But y'all know that I'm good at making messes. All right, let's get this going here. Yeah, that'll be good. And I do want to put a little bit of let me see what I got. I haven't found my crushed crystal. Give me a minute and I'll be right back. Alright, I have not found what I'm looking for, but I think that I can use a little bit of this. I got this from Epoxy Me That, Tammy. She calls it Smurf poop. I just want enough to give me a little sparkle in there. I don't know if she sells that or not in her little shop, but I will link her stuff in my description box. So you can, yeah, they give it a little sparkle. Thank you, Tammy, for the Smurf poop. All right, we're going to pour this in here. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more in here because it's not going to be enough, I don't think. But I do want a squishy. Squidgy widgy. I think that's going to be just enough. Yep, that did it. Okay. Now, and this, we're going to, I need to find some yellow. And I'm looking in my Intoresin alcohol inks. This is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Ah, look, lemon yellow. Yep, lemon yellow. Or do I want it? No, I want that lemon yellow. All right, and I'm going to have to puncture this because I haven't opened it yet. I'm just putting a few squirts in there because I want it yellow. Get them surface bubbles. And let me put the lid back on this so I do not make a mess, because y'all know that I am infamous for that. And I do have some other stuff here that's yellow from Tammy, and she calls this Sunset and Chill. Sunset and Chill. Ooh, this is pretty. We're just going to throw some of that in there. And see what we get out of that. Yeah, that's pretty. And I think that I want to put a couple of drops of glue in there because I don't want that to settle all down. Because I have 8 ounces. All right. Putting glue in there. I don't know if some of you probably know what it does, but for those that don't, it makes it into a slime, and it keeps your glitter from, it keeps it suspended. From sinking all in one place. All right. We're going to pour this in here. We'll pour it slow to try to get the air bubbles to pop as they come. And I put this mold in the cup because it's a little bit shaky, and I am infamous for knocking molds over sometimes. So I did not want it to end up on its side, but I do want to bring it out and make sure it's all sure it's level in there. Oop, just enough in there. All right. Okay, so we're going to let this cure up a little bit in here, and then we'll come back to the second part in this one. So we'll come back when it's time to do that. Okay, so we're going to, it's time to do the second part in there. So I'm going to, but I want to pour a little bit of this in here to finish this guy off too. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do with the second part of this is I'm using this Bombay India ink, Dr. Martin's blue, and I'm going to put some in here. This is a really pretty blue. I think I'm also going to use some more of that Smurf poop. Just a little bit to give it a little sparkle. Yeah, give it a little bit of sparkle. And then we're going to pour this in here. Made up 8 ounces because I did know how much it's going to hold, but it's not going to hold all 8, but we can find something to pour it in. It took almost all of it. All right. All right. So we shall see clean this up a little bit. I got this one a little bit too full as well. Let's clean that up. When I shook it, kind of made it come out of there. But y'all know me, I'm always messy. But that's okay. I think I'll use this stick and take a little bit out. Make it a little easier to do that. Now, that should be enough. To let it clean up. All right. Get some surface bubbles. All right, I'll find something to pour this in, and then we'll come back when it's time to demold. Hello everybody, welcome back. Look, my inlay floated up. Dadgummit. That's bites. My inlay floated up. Man. I don't know what that's going to look like on the other side. Let me see if I can get that out. Ah, broke it. Well, I don't know what that's going to do to it. We'll get that in a minute. All right, let's get this out and see what this is. I might have to put some alcohol in there. It sure is tight. Come on. It keeps going in. Let me pull it up to me, guys. Y'all know I got arthritis in my hand. Okay. So, oh, it's a little bird. Look, isn't he cute? It's a canary. That's adorable. All right, let's see what this guy is. Need to trim that. A little sharp there. Let's see what we got. Look at that glitter. Even though a lot of it floated, some of it sank. But I don't mind that too much. But I did get a bubble in his nose. I'll have to fix that. Isn't he adorable, little fat bird? I like that little bird. Here's a wayfaring Easter bunny with glow in the dark. He was an extra poor resin Easter bunny with glow in the dark. Just needed to get him pulled. Just like this butterfly right here was extra. Oh, I like that little butterfly. I got that mold, I think I got that at Michael's. I like that little butterfly. We'll have to color him up. Let's see how the little flower come out. Ooh! Sparkly! Rainbow sparkly! Alright, let's see what this guy looks like. I don't know how hard it's going to be to get him out. I can get him to start rolling maybe. There we go. Come on. I might have to put some alcohol on this one. Check it out. It's a duck. Let me turn this mold out. There we go. Look. He's so cute. I like that little duck. We'll have to put him a orange beak and some eyes on him. But I'll get some pictures, and there's some more yellow parrots. This little parrot mold is so cute. These little parrots are adorable. They're just so cute. I'll have to add those to my giveaway birds, I think. Because I usually give people a little bird when they buy something from me at the markets. Little cute parrots. Alright, let's see what this did then, even with the other guys. see what it did. That turtle. And it has bubbles in the turtle. All right, let's get the stingray out. Need to trim that up a little bit. And the octopus. Let me get that because I don't want to tear him up. But I love this. It looks like a giant oyster shell. I got this mold from Michelle at Glitz and Glitter. She makes them. She did a very good job on these molds. I love the shell. But I was sure hoping my little inlays would have done better. But they did not. They did not fare as well as I'd hoped. Hold on, I gotta bring this up to me, guys. Get this overpour off of it so I can try to salvage my inlay. I guess I didn't have them stuck down as well as I thought they were. Which is not fun. I'm sorry I'm off camera. I got to bring this up to me to be able to get that in there, to get that extra pour out. Just try to salvage my little octopus. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's see if I can get him to come out with a little bit of alcohol. All right. I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. It didn't give the effect that I was really going for, but I'm going to put some chrome powder in there, and then we can see if it doesn't help that out a little bit, but I'll have to clean them up a little bit. But I won't bore you with that. So I'm going to clean them up and then try to repair those bubbles in the turtle and paint him with some powder as well. So let's see what we can do. But I love this mold. That mermaid trash looks really pretty on the outer parts of it. Lots of possibilities with this. Yes, the possibilities are endless. And this bird is just adorable. And this little canary. All right, so let me see what I can do here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I took some BONDCRAFTOR colored UV resin, light green, and I put it in here after cleaning it up a little bit. I put it in here. We're curing it. We're going to see what it does for him. Okay, we're going to see what happens. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that helped him. You can see the turtle in there now. That's cool. All right, now for the stingray, we're going to take a little bit of silver, chrome powder, and get that in there. All right. And then the octopus, let's do him some brightness. Let's do a bright color on here if I have one. Let me see what these chromes have. How about this fuchsia? Oh yeah, that'll bring him to life. Yeah, and we'll tidy that up a little bit. Let me get that all cleaned out. Brush back. I think we're done with the chrome powders. Okay. See if I can get this off there. Okay. All right, let's see. What color of, we have pink. How about let's see what this, yeah, let's do this one. Doesn't look like purple, but that's supposed to be purple. let's cure that. We'll also cure it from this side. Okay, it's all cured. Now, what are we going to do for the stingray? Let's see what colors I have. How about this gray? Yeah, I think the gray would be good. Yep, I think the gray is going to be good. Get that bubble out of there. This up so we don't get that UV light near it, because you know me. Alright, now I do need Alright. It's not what I expected it to be, but you know what? It's better than a fail. I kind of like it. And that turtle in the background. We'll get it better next time. But I like it. And I'll keep this one. It'll go in my bathroom on my windowsill. And the little birds, I'll have to find my plain resin, UV resin, so that I can and I'll color this a little bit and then get pictures with these guys here. Okay? Well, I thank you so much for joining me on my adventure. It didn't come out like I wanted it to, but you know, sometimes that happens. So I can't complain because it still came out. And I really like the little bird. It's a cute little mold. And the duck. Ugh, too cute. And this little bird is an Intoresin mold. That's why he's so pretty. And I'll highlight him a little bit, and I'll get pictures to post at the end. But thank you for joining me, and if you haven't subscribed, and I really would appreciate it if you did. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and it does help my channel grow. But most of all, I welcome you to the channel. If you're new, thank you for coming and watching my video. They're not all fails like this. Some of them are a little bit better. Hopefully next time will be better. But, you know, I want to show you my fails with my successes as well. So, but welcome. And all my OGs, I thank y'all so much for sticking with me. And we'll get over this and go on to brighter things. But I thank you very much, and I hope that you have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. And just remember, the world is full of blessings, but if you haven't found one, be one. Thanks, guys. Bye.